Greetings, curious builders. Today we're going to have a look at this stripboard layout for a snare drum that I've built for my modular. I've used a couple of schematics that I found online and cobbled that together. Thank you to Dog Snakes, whoever you are, for this the noise section, and that's followed by a common schematic for a twin T resonant filter for the tom sound. So as with any DIY build, there will be a few caveats regarding the operation of it, depending on what system you might have. I did have a bit of trouble with this build. The resonant filter was quite noisy, depending on where it was situated, and I have had it recently powered by a 12-volt adapter, and that was particularly noisy. I do only have in my modular the music from outer space stripboard layout for the wall wart power supply, so if you've got a more expensive power supply, it's going to be quieter, you can have less trouble with this. However, when I put it inside the box, it's pretty quiet. You can tweak the EQ a little bit if there is any hum. You'll be able to check that out when you have a listen to it. Okay, so let's have a further look. It really is quite a minimal component layout here. That's the trigger input there, with the capacitors and diodes, and then there's the transistors which comprise the noise section. Over here is the twin T filter, and that's utilising that TL072. The noise section and the filter are mixed here, and use the other side of the TL072, and there's a 100k trimmer which I'm going to expand upon just now. Okay, so that 100k trimmer is to isolate the resonant filter from constant oscillation. So set the tom decay to max, and you'll need to turn the trimmer anti-clockwise to isolate it until you've just got a nice kind of short decay. If you've got the circuit working, you'll work out what that is. Also, the two resistors that go into the mixing part of the TL072, you might need to adjust those depending on the independent levels of the noise and the tom. I had to experiment there. But use these values and you might be okay. Okay, so here's a little close-up of how I've configured the capacitors on the single pole double throw switch. There's one on each leg. They are tied together with one wire, and another wire goes to the center pin, and then both those wires go to the board. You can experiment with the values there, or just use the ones that I've used. Not all electronic components are created equal, so there may be some variation in different builds. And I would just like to reiterate that I wouldn't recommend using this circuit if you're running it off a mains 12-volt adapter. I just found them to be way too noisy, and it's certainly a lot quieter in my modular with the music from outer space power supply. Okay, enough already, I hear you say. Let's hear it. Well, let's just have a quick look how I've configured it. There's a trigger input, the output, tone switch for the noise, noise decay, noise level, tom pitch, tom decay, and tom level. And it sounds like this. Well, there you have it. Thanks very much for watching. Good luck with your builds, and I hope to see you next time.